This is so raw for me. It's so hard to speak about this because it's hard to actually explain these lyrics, because it's like having to go back to these memories I've had. Hi, it's Favour.O. I thought it would be quite nice to deconstruct my new single, Demons. The process, the thought behind it, the meaning, and kind of give you guys an inside scoop of how it came about.
Keep these thoughts away, and these demons at bay. Need you holding me.
So Demons was written a couple of years back, and I can almost still remember the night so vividly. Demons was written in 2021, December. I was just in such a state of introspection. It was in the night and I just had so many things on my mind, and as usual, music is my outlet, so I just started putting my feelings down on paper, and that's pretty much how it came about. I actually captured a video of me recording it, and man, it was such an emotional time. I was literally, don't know if you can see that very well. No? Okay. So that's me in my room, with my LED lights, because it helps me get in the zone. But I literally just had the mic and I was just sat there on my bed, and I just started writing my thoughts. And I don't particularly like the nighttime, because that's when, you know, the world goes quiet and my thoughts get louder, and it's not always the nicest things that come up. So I think I'm just particularly quite reflective during the nighttime, and so essentially Demons was born out of some introspection of me just talking to myself and just questioning me, questioning everything that's out there. It's strange for me to talk about my emotions, which I think I'm trying to work at, but I've always used music as my outlet, and that's why I write these songs, because it helps me process my feelings, and I hope that, you know, my listeners can also relate to it, and it helps them as well if they're experiencing similar things. By the way, this song is heavy, so just putting it out there. I don't think there's any point in holding back, because I think music needs to be real, and I just want my music to be the most authentic portrayal of me. Lyrics are a very big thing for me, because personally they've helped me a lot in my life with a lot of the artists I look up to, so I try to speak my truth in my lyrics, and also things that, you know, I think will speak to others. So I'm just gonna get the lyrics up and kind of talk about my favorite lyrics, or go through like the main parts that stands out for me. So the first verse says, "I've been chained to my mind, so many sleepless nights, lived in fear of who I am, just trying to understand." Damn. So I was obviously speaking about that situation that very night, because I couldn't get to sleep. Sometimes I just can't escape my thoughts, and I just have all these thoughts about who I am, and just trying to understand life, and just things that are just, yeah, heavy stuff. But yeah, those lyrics speak about that very moment during that night where I just couldn't get to sleep, and I just had all these thoughts that I was just trying to process. Then the next lyric says, "But you say I don't have to be alone through the dark, 'cause you are my angel, never left me even at the hardest part." I really love this part of the lyrics, because a lot of the time when I'm in this state where I'm just so overwhelmed with just everything I'm going through and with my thoughts, I just remember that I'm not alone. I believe in God, and I know that He's with me through everything that I go through, and having that kind of security in that has helped me through a lot. So this next part of this song is the pre-chorus, and it says, even though nobody gets me, nobody sees, I know you love me, that's all I need. I guess I've always just felt quite misunderstood throughout my life, and for a long time I felt the need to explain myself to people and to justify certain things, and to be understood, because I think as humans you want to feel understood, you want to feel like you belong, you want to feel like people get you. So having these feelings where you feel like you're not understood, people don't get you, it can be quite lonely. But I think I'm now at the point where I just don't feel the need to explain myself to people, and I'm okay with being misunderstood. I think humans are complicated, and I'm okay with not fitting in. I'm okay with not being understood. I think, as long as I'm true to me and live in my truth, that's the most important thing. So even though nobody gets me and nobody sees, I know you love me and that's all I need. Again, that's speaking about God and how I feel a lot of the times He's the only one that understands me, or understands what I'm going through, or just knows me for me, like knows me truly. And so for me, that's enough. I don't need the approval of man. I don't need the approval of anyone because ultimately they don't know me. Only God knows me and I know me, and that's enough for me. So the next part of the pre-chorus says, nobody knows me like you know me, but right now I just need you holding me, holding me. So this is actually my favorite part of the lyrics of the whole song, because I just love it sonically. I love how it sounds, but also in terms of the lyrics, I think it holds so much weight and truth, that no one knows me like God knows me, and that's the truth. No one does, but that's okay. But right now I need you holding me. That's sort of an expression of desperation, of seeking solace in that moment, and I was just really needing sort of comfort. So that's what it means. Keep these thoughts away and these demons at bay, need you holding me. It's crazy that the chorus is so short, but it summarizes the feeling at the time. I'm begging to keep these thoughts away and these demons that I'm struggling with. Damn, it's deep. Alright, so we're moving on to the second verse, and if you didn't think the song could get deeper, just wait. So it says, I try, no matter how hard I try, I lose my mind and end up crying in the night. This is true. I've done this many times. I feel like it's important to talk about these things, especially as a guy. I think it was important for me to be honest and vulnerable in the lyrics of this song, because it's very difficult for a lot of guys to talk about their feelings, and I've always struggled with my feelings, and as I've always said, music is the way of me to communicate these feelings, and I want people who don't feel strong enough to talk about these things to know that they're not alone. And I want guys to see that, you aren't weak for saying that you cry sometimes. Being a man is about being able to face your emotions and not bottling it up. So I've cried a lot of times, and I'm a very emotional person, and I think it's important to let it out, But in this part of the lyrics, I'm basically saying that I really try, and I try to keep these thoughts at bay, but no matter how I try or how hard I try, I sort of lose the fight. and succumb to my emotions a lot of the time, and succumb to my thoughts, and sometimes they win. This is so raw for me. It's so hard to speak about this because it's hard to actually explain these lyrics, because it's like having to go back to these memories I've had, or my lived experiences. Show me that you're out there, show me that you care, send me a sign so I know you're near. I'm trying to be strong, but my strength is not enough. So I look up to the sky, at the one greater than I need you here tonight. I love this part of the song because I think it's very conversational. It's basically me talking to God, and I ask for these signs that I'm not alone in my fight, and that I will get through it. A lot of the time when I feel like I'm going through something that's bigger than me, some things are beyond me and I have to surrender everything, and my strength is not enough sometimes because I'm human. I am putting it all over to God to take care of and see me through. Then you say, I don't have to be alone through the dark, because you are my angel. Never left me, even at the hardest part. I also really like these lyrics because essentially is God's response to me during this time where I'm so desperate and I've just asked him for help. And he says that I don't have to be alone through the dark because he's my angel and he's never left me, even at the hardest part. And I think that's so beautiful. A lot of the time when I'm going through these things, I feel alone and I forget that there's someone out there. That's when I reach out, and certain things show me signs that I'm not alone. I just want to encourage anyone out there as well. I don't know what you believe in. I want you to know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And there are people who care for you. You've got your family, you've got your friends, and sometimes it feels like you're walking it alone, but there are generally people who love you. And I know how it feels sometimes. You forget that and you feel like no one understands, but also to remind you that there is someone up there who does understand you, and he knows you like no one else does. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about what people might say about you, what people might think about you. He loves you, and that will never change. I feel like I've said a lot of parts have been my favorite part, but no, this outro is so beautiful, and it's definitely a moment of real introspection in this song where I'm just questioning life and myself. It says, will I ever learn to love again? Will I overcome what's in my head? These demons, they keep me awake. I pray you'll keep them all away. Wow. So that's been me deconstructing my most recent single, Demons. I'm incredibly proud of this song, and with the music I've been writing, it's all been me, from the production to the songwriting to the mixing, the mastering, and it's been such a good journey to create these songs. And I really wanted it to come from me and for me to deliver it in my most authentic way in terms of the lyrics. I really think this song is so special, and I think the lyrics carry so much weight and meaning, and I really just hope that it resonates with people who listen to it. And you know that you're not alone, and we all have demons that we're facing, and I really think it's important not to run away from them, but to face them and say, I'm not going to let you consume me, I'm not going to let you win. Yeah, I genuinely love this song, and I was just itching to have it out in the world, so I'm so glad it's out. I hope you give it a listen, and I hope deconstructing these lyrics helps you understand it more and the motivation behind it and the meaning. I've got so much music I'm just wanting to share, and it's coming when it's meant to come. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's listened to Demons so far and all my other songs. I'm glad that you are on this journey with me, and I'm excited to share more with you. So thank you for listening, and go stream Demons and keep your eyes out for more music on the way. Bye.